Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Crystal from the Flying Seahorse, and today's video is a part of a YouTube hop from the Elephant Craft Studio. There are 20 artists from around the world participating in this hop. All of their information will be listed in the description box below, as well as our wonderful sponsors, the Element Craft Studio and Enra Academy. Their links will also be in the description box below. The theme of the hop is Door to Dreams. So my thoughts were, dreamland, fantasy, mythical type thing. So with this beautiful cabinet from the Element Craft Studio, I decided that I wanted to do an Alice in Wonderland cabinet. I had so much fun putting this cabinet together and coming up with all of the details and the little tidbits of stuff that just went into this amazing cabinet. I mean, there's so many details. I had a lot of fun coming up with them all. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff, but it was well worth it. And I want to go ahead and apologize for my messy desk. I am a messy crafter, and I think most of us are, right? So, all of the artist information, like I said, will be listed in the description box below. So make sure you head on over to the next artist on the list after you get done watching my video, and just keep repeating until you've completed the entire list of all 20 artists. Make sure to give them all some love, because I know that they are going to have created some amazing, amazing projects. And I do want to say that there was a lot of footage missing from this video. I did forget to actually press record a couple of times, so I lost some footage that way. However, I had already lost an entire thing of footage for another project that was actually supposed to be in place of this one. And I was not about to go through that again. So I had all of this footage, so I just decided that I was just going to go ahead and go through with it. And then there were some parts that I intentionally left out, because it was just a lot of me sticking my arm in the box, and you really couldn't see what I was doing anyway, because it was so dark. I did try to film some of it to show you sort of what I was doing, but you'll see later in the video what I'm talking about. It's just a lot of me sticking my arm in the box, and it's so dark in the box, you can't really see what was going on. So, so I just left those parts out. So I went back and I did some stenciling with some brass texture paste, or yeah, it's texture paste. It's Finnabair, the brass texture paste. So I went and did some stenciling over the paper that I put on the box. I did it all the way around the box, the same two flowers, in the corners. And the paper that is actually on the box is Prima Marketing Midnight Garden. It's actually one of my favorites by them, and I just love the large floral print that was on this paper, so I decided to go with that. I'm not sure if they still sell this paper, but if they do, I will link it in the description box below where you can purchase it at. So I was just stenciling the box, and then I decided to go around the edges of the box. This is actually the drawer. And around the top part, and then I decided to go back around on the front with the brass as well. I had done wax and in vintage gold and rich copper on the front. And then I decided to go back with the brass texture paste over the waxing. Sorry. So now you're just seeing me go over with that. And then on the inside of the box, I wanted to do like a scene. So I had these die cuts from an old Crafter's Companion tunnel card set. I guess that's what it's called. So anyways, I cut out a black and white because I wanted like a shadow behind the black paper. So I'm just lining it up, and as you can see there, that's what I was saying about the shadow. I'm going to take some double-sided tape, and I'm going to stick it together, and then I'm going to take some cardboard and put behind both of the layers to kind of stack them up so there's some dimension going on. And then I'm going to glue that onto the inside of my box in the back to start building a scene for my Alice in Wonderland. And I just kind of repeated the same steps for the back layer of this piece right here. So now I'm just going to cut the cardboard that I need for the back of the forest type thing. And I'm going to adhere those with tacky glue. And adding the cardboard also helps add a lot of stability to the piece too, because it's just paper, so it actually helps a whole lot. So as you can see there, I have already added it to the back of my box. And then I had a little castle, which you ended up not even really being able to see in the finished piece. But I had a little castle that I wanted to add in there. Also, I should have added it a little bit higher. But, you know, layers always make the finished piece look so much better. So it added to it. So I'm just adding that in there. And what I was talking about earlier, where you can't really see in the box, all you can see is me sticking my hands in the box to add this stuff in. And every now and then when the light hits it the correct way, you can see inside the box. I tried my best to move the lights all around to make it easier to see. But, you know, it didn't work out the best. So, you know. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and some, is it reindeer moss or Spanish moss? I can't remember. Anyway, it's some moss. Some bluish colored moss. And I'm going to add it onto the bottom of my box to start building my scene. And then I have some like foliage, like little leaves and little trees and whatnot, and I'm gonna add them in there with the moss. And I just keep adding and adding and adding until, you know, it really starts to build up and really starts to look like a magical forest. You know, because Alice in Wonderland, you know, it's magical. So I really wanted to create that vibe. There you go. You can see I'm just taking those random pieces and just sticking them in various places in the box to start building it up. Now, there was a couple of things that I did later on that I wish I would have had done before I did this step here. Would have made everything so much easier. But at this point, I didn't know where I was going with it really. So I was just adding things and seeing how it went, and just, adding more things on top of more things. And I actually really loved how it turned out. It's just, it wouldn't be what it is without all of these layers. And sometimes it's just all about trial and error. So I had this little fence. It's like a ceramic fence I got from Dollar General on clearance back in the summertime for like 50 cents. And I'm taking some of the Element Craft Studio Art Pearl powder. I can't remember what the color of the name is, but it's like a really dark slate gray, and it's really, really pretty. I actually used this for my bird bauble also. I mixed that not mica powder, but art pearl powder into the paint, and it made a really, really pretty gray color. So I'm just adding it to the stone here to deepen the color of the stone, and I'm going to take some alcohol inks and go over the grass, just trying to brighten up everything a little bit. I just felt it was too dull for what I was wanting to do. I'd used Bray Reese and Tim Holtz alcohol inks in various colors. I think it's olive green in Bray Reese, and I don't think I said that right, but it's olive green. And then in Tim Holtz, the sepia. I don't think I said that right either. I really don't know how to say either of those. But anyway, I'm just adding layers of the alcohol inks and mixing them in with each other, and then just going over it until, it gets to be the color that I want it to be. I end up adding rich copper and peacock wax to the top of those, like the little dome things, later on in the video, and I take rich copper and go over the fence as well. And I had I had a fence die cut. So I took and added that to the sides to extend my fence, my fence on both sides to make it more of a full fence. And I'm just taking some hot glue and sticking it down so that it doesn't come off the sides and the bottom. It had hot glue strands everywhere. This is the worst hot glue gun I have ever had. My father-in-law got it off of Amazon, and I am not thrilled with it. About the best feature that hot glue gun has is an on and off button. That's it. Other than that, it's terrible. It leaks all over my table. Oh, but we won't get into that. So now I'm just taking some more of that same moss, and I'm filling in the area that I stopped at up to behind the fence, and I'm adding some more trees and some more foliage and whatnot. And this is one of the things that I wish I had done before I added that fence, because it was extremely hard to get that gun in there, especially with a full glue gun, a glue stick, because it was so long, it just didn't want to go in the box, and it made it that much harder. But it worked out. So now I'm just taking some of that brass texture paste by Finnabair and going over some of the embellishments that I end up adding to the front of the box. In addition to the brass, I also take some black matte acrylic paint by Apple Barrel and add over it, and it makes like this really pretty brassy gray color. I don't know how to explain it, but it was really pretty and vintage looking. So you'll see in just a moment what that looks like. So now I'm taking the black and I'm going over it, and the texture paint was still wet, so it just kind of blended in and made that really pretty color. I like how that turned out. And I had some metal corner pieces from the Element Craft Studio also that I added on the box as well. And I love these little corners. They're so pretty. So this is what the box looks like so far. Nothing fancy, just what it is. I'm adding some clay mushrooms. I actually made those mushrooms myself. I did add some pre-made mushrooms as well, but there are 4 mushrooms that I created by myself. I thought I had recorded the footage of me creating them. However, I only recorded the footage of me painting them, and to avoid boring you guys, I didn't add that in. So now I'm taking the Opal Magic paint. I don't remember the names of the colors, but I will list it in the description box below. I'm taking those paints and I am painting the top and the sides of the inside of the box, and this is another one of those things I really wish I had done beforehand. I did not video all of it because it was a lot of awkward twisting and turns of the box to be able to get all of it painted. As you can see, it was upside down for that portion of the video. So yeah, so I painted the whole side and the back and the top and all of that. And now I'm taking a Wonderland sign and putting it up there. And I already have my white rabbit and my Alice with the flamingo already nestled inside. And now I'm just working on what is going to later be the looking glass that Alice will be looking through. And it's just a metal frame that I painted with some Opal Magic wax and Opal Magic paints, and used some wax on. And I took some acetate, and I had originally had another plan for the looking glass. That's why the acetate was cut so big. I ended up cutting it down and using some tacky glue to paint it to glue it to the back of the frame. I'm sorry guys, I'm really tired. I have been working on this video for a very, very long time, and I just got done with the project not too long ago. So I'm pretty tired. So forgive me. So I'm just cutting down the plastic frame, the plastic that's supposed to be like the glass of the mirror, or looking glass rather, sorry. And now I'm just taking some paper and I'm gonna write down eat me, drink me for the bottles. I ended up not liking this paper here and ended up using some other ones. And I just take a regular green ink pen and write the words on there. And I take a like one of those stylus pens, and I stretch the little labels to make them, fit the bottle a little bit better. I glue those down with some tacky glue and put them on the bottles. And I mean, that was really simple embellishments. Those papers that you see in the corner there, I had originally planned to do some books, but I decided against it. Just because I was already so tired and I had already done so much to the box already. I was just like, no, I'm not going to do it. So, once I was done with those, I did some arrows, and I also did the stick for the arrows to go on. It just says this way, wrong way, and that was pretty much that. I used those 2 arrows. I didn't have room for enough of the other ones, so I just didn't do those. And it's going to cut to a end where we show you the final reveal of the box. My son was helping me. This is what it looks like on the outside. You can see that there is a little lock pull for the drawer, the corner. There's crackle paste all over, many embellishments, and just beautiful paper by Prima. It's really beautiful. I love how this box turned out. And those are my son's hands turning my box for me. Such a professional. Did such a great job helping me out for this. Because I was like, there's no way I was going to be able to hold the camera, turn the box, open the doors, and everything else. I was like, there's just no way. So my son was like, I'll do it. I was like, great. So he really helped me out when I needed him the most. So this is the drawer. I left the inside black, but the top is painted with that same brass color. And ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? I used some Element Craft Studio sand to create like a little walkway type thing, and then added some more moss. Lots and lots of flowers, clocks, and trees, and some playing cards. I even got a tiny little Mad Hatter's hat back there that I created with a Monopoly hat. And we were trying to light it up for you guys, and it didn't work at that exact moment because he just kind of turned it on right in front of the box. So, yeah. So, but anyway, so there's lots of embellishments in here. Painted white roses, crazy trees, keys and locks and clocks and all kinds of stuff. I really had a lot of fun creating this project for the hop. There we go. Now we're all lit up. Now you can see it. Yay. Okay, so anyway, I really had a lot of fun creating this project. It really... Woo! Crazy turn. But it wouldn't be Alice in Wonderland if it didn't have one nauseating turn, right? So make sure you check out the other artists on this list, and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already done so. Make sure you check out the videos at the end of your screen. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating this project for you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.